Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Geezer Gamer. I thought I'd open with me taking down a legendary Lost Sector champion. And I'm at light level, currently 992, I think. With the loadout that I have a spare rations with unstoppable rounds, as you can see. I'm also running Recluse with anti-barrier and the Xenophage. I cleared a lost sector earlier today. It was a bit more of a struggle, but I was slightly lower in power at that point in time. And it's a big difference to come in between, say, 988, 989, and 992. It does make a difference on 1,000 level lost sector. So anyway, I'm dealing with another champion here. I don't have quite enough Xenophage to just chop him down, so I'm trying to get an unstoppable round into him, and then I'm going to go for that Valkyrie, which you'll see me do here in just a second. And honestly, this lost sector is not that difficult to solo, but you have to play your cover, which I did reasonably well here, up to this point anyway. Now, in the next piece, you notice I'm standing just where he can't quite hit me there. And really all this is, from this point on, is just a series of just taking your time, and because there's no reason to rush it, really. I mean, you do have a point total going that stops at 15 minutes, but it doesn't matter how long it takes you to do it. You're still going to get the fourth Horseman at the end of this, if this is your last stage of the quest, which for me it was at this point in time. I'm playing from cover here because I can back out when I need to, because I've got two unstoppable champions to my left there, and of course I've got the boss, the unwanted character, who will drop down from the cliff as soon as I walk out here. So I'm trying to get a lot of the ads cleared away, sort of preparing the way. I only have, I think, 9 rounds of Xenophage, which is not enough to kill the unwanted champion by itself. Excuse me. I wanted to go with the Xenophage because it's a solar shield on the unwanted. And yeah, there he is. I can pull it down with 1 or 2 shots, but after that, I've got to be really careful about what I do, because you see 1 or 2 of those hits, and that's all for me. At the light level I'm at right now, I can't afford to take too much. And if his shield regens, I'm in trouble. And I go back in here later, I've got, I think, 5 rounds left, 4 rounds, and I'll give it another go. And I realize that this probably isn't going to work. When I did this before, I used the Hardlight with solar, and I wish I would have started with that tonight, because it probably would have been the better way. I put a few rounds into him, and it does indeed look like he's regenerating. The strategy on this one, by the way, is to get him down to a quarter, because he'll run up on top of the cliff. When he does that, it takes the unstoppable champions out of the mix. You don't even have to fight them. You just need to make this guy run. But unfortunately, I don't have enough Xenophage to make that happen. So I decide, I've got my super, I'm going to knock his shield down as much as I can, and then I'm going to go for him. And it's do or die at this point in time. I'm just waiting for him to step out. He finally does. And I get his shield. Now I run as fast as I can, pop my super, but this never really had a chance. I got a champion standing right there. They're pounding on me. His shield is back up. It was doomed. Now he's halfway at this point, so I decide, what the heck, I'm going to go back to Hardlight and work with it. So I'm back on Hardlight. I'll set it up for solar. Reload a couple times, and you'll see how much quicker this goes. And I did cut this for time. I jumped quite a bit ahead. I think it took me about 16 minutes to get this done, and you really didn't need to see that. So my sound is mismatching there for some reason. I guess in editing I caused that to happen. Regardless, eventually I get him down to a quarter. Or pretty close to it. I want to send a mech in to help get attention. And then I'm going to run through while the champions are distracted. Kill this guy. And I was pushing my luck pretty hard, to say the least. If I'd tried that earlier today, it would have killed me. Now, the unwanted, or the wanted, is pretty much dead. All I have to do is drop a shield and it's done. And that was that. All there was to it. Now I decided, by the way, I think this quest took like 7 steps. It wasn't that many, 6 or 7 steps. I did the whole thing in about 2 hours, a little less. And so I mount the gun here. I'm 993. I pop the gun on, and you can see what it has. It's a pretty gun. I was never really a big fan in Destiny 1, but I decided to take it out for a spin before I knocked off for the night. And by the way, I picked this up about 11:15 on a work night, so here we go. It has a hair trigger. You can fire 1 or 2 rounds at a time if you choose, and you can reach, but it is not super reliable. See, I missed that shot right there. And it has a kind of a hollow sound to it too, like a chung whenever you fire it. Hear that? And for some reason my sound is back in sync. I decided to run around and just bag a couple kills before the night was done. And I wanted to show you about the way it fired and about where you could reliably get a shot on a stationary target. I mean, maybe 10, 15 meters is pretty safe. A chaperone will get you before you get anywhere near it, but this has something chaperone doesn't, and that is multi-rounds. You see there at that distance, I missed. And I don't think this fires slug. I think this is just a rapid fire frame, 4 barrels. So there it is. 4th Horseman. Hope you enjoyed it. This is Geezer Gamer signing out.